Okay, we stop until this part, right? Okay, we have done for okay, now you are you know about the factor for the single payment by using the formula and also by using the factor we call it as a factor. Okay. Okay. We try this one terus tak cuma kali okay lah tak apa. Okay, example 2.9 sorry. May I know maybe any of you can record this this video. I can record, but sometimes I will use my handphone. So when I use my handphone, there is problem when I record. It will be very small. Dia punya record tu. Any of you can record? Maybe you can use, tak tahulah device, what device. Then share with me, share with your friends ke? Ada tak? None of you can record. Okay lah. Okay. Okay. Hopefully it works. Okay, now we stop at this example. Okay, how much money should be invested now to gain a return of 500 ringgit a year 4 years with growth rate of 12% a year? Okay, this one is growth rate. Growth rate 12% a year. That means this is I. And then how much money should be invested now? So invested now, the the time scale must be 0 lah. And then this statement also mentioned that to gain a return of 500 ringgit per year, that means annually. Annually you will get 500 ringgit. 500 ringgit until year 10. From first year until year 10. So how are you going to do this one? Okay. Can you see the screen from my handphone? Okay, I will stop my ni video ni. Stop share. Oh, kikir pula saya tu Okay, stop yang dulu. This one. Boleh nampak dah? Okay. Okay. So how much money should be invested now to gain a return of 500 ringgit a year for 10 years with growth rate at 12% a year? So what we have to do is, the first one is to draw the cash flow diagram. To draw the cash flow diagram. So we have a time scale here. And then it mentioned that you would need to gain a return of 500 ringgit a year. So that means from first year until 10, until 10 years. Its growth rate 12% a year. Apa tak itu just tak apa, just 12% tak apa. 12% a year. And then here you have A is 500. So how much money should be invested now? So that means here now, and to gain a return of 500 ringgit. So you want to find out what is the P value here. So that is the P. What is the P value here? So the first one you have to do is you want to find out what is P, and you have A. And you have A. Then on the bracket, what is the formula? Okay, the formula, what is the factor? P over A. P, what you need to find out. A is what is the given. Yes. What is the value given? So A. And then bracket P over A. I put the formula first. And then A is 500. Okay, PAIN. You can I is 12% and is 10. Okay. Okay, what should I do next? What should I do next? Siapa boleh jawab? What should I do after this? Any idea? I can use table or I can use formula. Can you hear my voice clearly? Yeah, pusing sikit. Okay. Okay, after this part, what you have to do is you find out the value here. The value here, maybe you want to use factor by using the table, or maybe you want to find out by using the formula. Okay, Okay, let's say I want to use my table. Table. So I will take my table by looking at the punya percent ni, 12%. So I find out the 12%. Okay. Kecil sangat. Tak. Cepat. Tak boleh lah, tak boleh ke bawah dah. Okay, 12%. And 12% by looking at this one, 12% with PA 10. PA and the year is 10. Okay, 12%. PA, where is PA? Here, PA dengan year is 10. Okay, PA 10. 5.650. So 500. Okay, what is the value? 5.650. So you will get the p value is 8. Okay, this if I want to use table. This one by using the table. Okay, if I want to use formula, so I will use okay, first sama lagi A 12%, then okay, P equal to okay, A times, okay, what is the formula? Look at the formula, ni PA. So here PA, FP, PF, FA, AF, AP, PA. So this is the formula. Okay, you take the punya inside bracket ni. So 1 plus I power of n minus 1 I 1 plus I power of, okay, so A is 500. Okay, ni 1.12 power of n is 10 minus 1 I is 0.12 1.1 power of. Sometimes they want you to prove the value by using the formula. So this is the way lah how to show the steps. So you will get what? Yeah, after you calculate, so you will get 500. This one 5.6502. Okay, so 282 5 point. So this is how you calculate. Okay, first you have to know how to draw the cash flow diagram, and then use either you use a table or you use formula to get the answer. Okay, here that means how much money should be invested? You should invest 2,825 ringgit now in order to get the return annually 500 ringgit until 10 years. Faham Boleh? Boleh? Do you understand? Sebab dia tak masuk. Masuk kan? Saya semua tak nak bercakap ni. Saya seorang je bercakap.
Boleh Doktor, boleh.
Kan senang. Okay, this is example 2.9. Okay, let's say. Alamak ni ke bawah pula. Ini. If Ara, ni siapa pula Ara ni? Tiba je. Okay, Ara, out of sudden, let's say Ara wants to invest 6,000 ringgit. How much he will gain yearly for 10 years with growth rate of 12%. Okay. I try to to convert, nak terbalikkan the question. Last, okay, yang tadi ni, the last slide, the last punya question ni. Okay, this one, how much money should be invested now to gain a return 500 ringgit? That means you want to find out what is the P by using this statement lah. But now, if Ara wants to invest 6,000 ringgit, how much he will gain yearly for 10 years with growth rate of 12% a year. So actually what you want to find out? What she want to find out? Okay, you draw the time scale sini until 10 years. Ara wants to invest 6,000 ringgit now lah. Now lah. He is 6,000 ringgit. How much she will gain yearly, annual for 10 years with growth rate 12% a year. So that means you want to find out what is P. Itu tadi. Yang ini given. You want to find out P. But this one P is given. You want to find P. Okay. So that means first you need to write down what is the step dulu A equal to, okay, you know about P, so put P and then bracket A over P. A over P and P is 6,000. Okay, AP lah. AP I is 12% per year per year. So 12% and N is 10. So 6,000. Okay, AP 12% 10. Okay, this one 12% AP 10. 12%, this one 12% AP, this one AP, and the year is 10. So yang ni. So the value is 0.177. 0.1770. Okay, so you will get 106.2. Okay. Okay, if you use formula, so you need to put AP 12%, and so P is 6,000. Okay, this one AP, the formula is AP, the formula is, okay, this one AP. So ni so you take the inside bracket so I AP, I 1 plus I power of n divided by 1 plus I OFN minus 1. Okay, so you will get 6,000, 0.12, 1.1 power of 10, 1.1 power of 10 minus 1. Okay, just calculate. So you will get 106.1. Okay, this is how you use the formula. Yang ni table. This one by using the table. Okay, yang ni by using boleh? Okay tak? Any question? Okay. Then let's say, sekarang we want to make familiar with the cash flow diagram and how to write down the punya steps tu, and then use the table or use the formula. Okay. Okay, now example 2.10. Okay, if you invest 1,000 ringgit per year starting at the end of the first year, how much return will be accumulated at the end of the 8th year if annual growth rate is 10%? Macam mana nak buat? Okay, how much return will be accumulated at the end of the 8th year? At the end of the 8th year. So you are, what do you want to do now? What you want to find out?
Cari FN.
Cari F. So first, cash flow diagram. Okay, time scale. Okay. Ini 8 Then starting at the end of the if you invest 1,000 per year, so invest mana bawah lah, from the first year until 8th year. So A is 1,000 ringgit. How much return will be accumulated at the end of the 8th year? So this is F value. Macam mana nak cari? So first what? Apa nak tulis sini? Apa boleh baca? Apa nak buat kat sini? To start.
F
Okay, F equal to
A
alright, A and
F over A
F over A I N. Okay, A is what? 1,000 ringgit. F A. I is what? I is 10%. So 10%. What is N? What is N?
A
A. So just solve the problem. 1,000. Okay, this one, if you use the table, okay, you just go through the 10% punya table. Okay, 10% punya table. 10%, look at the F over A, and the year is 8. Okay, 10% F over A dengan year is 8. So 11.436. 11.436. So you will get ataupun kalau formula, now kan, just use the formula F A, FA 10%. Okay. So A is 1000. Okay, FA ni cek formula dia. FA FA ni. So put in the bracket FA. So 1 plus I power of n minus 1. Okay. So you will get 1000. Okay. Sorry. 1. Oh, I can see 1. Macam salah je. Okay, apa yang salah? Cakap hati je nak tulis. Apa salah?
I is 10 instead of 2.
It is 10 kan. 1.10 sebab ni 10%. Ni 12% last, yang tadi tu. The previous punya question. So 1.110 power of 8. This one pun salah lah. 1.01 10% air dia. So you will get the answer is, okay, berapa jawapan dia? Ini senang kan? Dia ada yang susah sikit nak tekan tu. What is the answer? Do you have a calculator?
11435.88.
11435.89.
89.
Okay. This is the answer by using the formula. So slightly different sikit je lah. Okay. So now kita tahu first cash flow diagram and then the steps how to write down the factor ni. Ni kita panggil factor. How to write down the factor, then depends lah. If you want to use formula, so you will use the formula here. If you want to use the table, so the table will be provided. So use the table. Okay. Okay. So settle yang ni. Go to the next question. So baca tu soalan. Sekejap yang ni nanti sekejap. Kita campur tak ada. Okay. Example 2.11. Okay, rent for a business premise is 500 ringgit for the first year and increases at a constant rate 100 ringgit each year for 5 years. If the annual growth rate is 8%, determine the equivalent value of, okay, first is P and then B is A. Okay, try your ni. Try to get the answer first. I give you 1 minute. First, draw the cash flow diagram. What What is the cash flow diagram? Okay, how to draw? How to draw this one? This one. Then tak lukis. Okay, your time scale, that 0. And then you have 1. Okay, then what is the information here? Rent for a business premise is 500 ringgit. So you want you have to pay the rent. You have to pay the rental punya ni lah. Premise ni is 500 ringgit for the first year. And for the first year you pay 500 ringgit. Then the second year also. Tapi dia kata, and increases at a constant rate 100 ringgit each year for 5 years. Okay, for the first year, what, 500 ringgit. But then become 600 ringgit, right? And then for the third year, dia kata tambah lagi. Sebab constant rate dia 100 ringgit each year. So 700 ringgit. And fourth year naik lagi. Dia punya payment rental tu 800 ringgit until 5 years. So you have to pay 900 ringgit. So this is the cash flow diagram. So what you have to do is, okay, for this part actually you have two calculation. Okay, this is A. This is A value. What is the A value here?
500.
Yeah. The A is 500 ringgit. And then you have G. Because you know A normally, okay, katakan let's say dia punya A, okay, this A. And then G, ingat kan, the shape must be in the triangle. And triangle bukan macam ni. Bukan macam ni. Not like this one. It must be triangle. So you have to split A and G. So you have A and you also have G. What is the G value here? What is the increase per year? It is amount kan. So what is the increase? The increment?
100.
Okay, 100. So you have to calculate for the A and also calculate for G. Okay. So you want to see, determine the equivalent value. So what is the P here? Equivalent. Equivalent. So that's why dia punya arrow still same lah. Just to transfer this this value to the P. Okay. So split dia punya ni kiraan ni ada calculation. So you have this one A is 500 ringgit. Okay, this is the P, katakan P1 okay, A. So your N is 5 okay. And then you have one other symbol ni. And still 5. Okay, make sure if you want to use table or you want to use formula, so must be at 1 and then the increment is at 2 kan. So okay lah, baru boleh pakai okay, so you will transfer in equivalent to P this one lah. Okay, so this is G at 1. Okay. So P1 is equal to, okay, you have A, so P over A P over A, I is 8%. Okay, I is 8%. N is 5. Okay. So it's 500. And then PA. Carilah. Okay, what is the value? Now 8%. 8%. Okay. 8%. Punya table. This is the table of 8%. With the PA, dia punya factor is P over A at the year of 5. 8% PA, P over A, it is 1. The year is 5. Okay, the year is 5. 3.993. So 3.993. So what is the answer? And then this one P2 equal to G. So P over G. I is 8%. And then N is 5. So G is 100. Okay, find out in the table, 8% table. P over G 5. 8%, P over G, N is 5. 7.372. 7.372. So you look at 7.2. Okay, ni? What is the value? What is the value here? $500 times 3.99. Okay, 1996.5. So the total is 1 ataupun boleh tu P1 plus P2. Okay, so 1996.5 plus 7378. So look at plus 7378. Okay. So the equivalent for the present value is 2,733.7. After you consider the punya payment for the rental is 500, with the increment for every year annual is 100 ringgit. That means you have to pay 500 become for the second year 600, 700 and forward line. Sampai until 5th year you have to pay 900 ringgit per year. Okay, so the equivalent for the P value is 2,733.7. Okay. Boleh? Okay. Ini baru P tau. Baru P. Determine the equivalent value of P. Okay, now what about A? Okay, how to find out the A value pula? Okay, you want to to get the A value, and this one is A with the increment kan, but now A flat rate lah maknanya A from first year until 5th year. So B You want to get A. Annual payment. Annual payment without any increment lah. So you want to average, to make it average. So what you have to do is, let's say I take from this answer. Okay, you already know about the P total here. The P total here is 2000. 2007, yeah. 2,733, yeah. 2,733.7. So now you want to convert it to A, to A value. So put the A here equal to what? A equal to, okay ni A, ni. That's 5. So we want to find out A here. So A equal to, there are two methods to get this answer. Okay, I just for the first one, I just use the P total here to convert to A. Okay, we do this part first. So how to write the formulas here? Bukan formula, how to write the factor here? A equal to what? Dia dah lukis dah tu. A equal to P lah. Kan? Salah kedua ni. A equal to P. Right. P is given. A is yang you want to find A. The given is P. Kan? So P, A over P. AI, N. So A is, okay, P is 2,733.7. Okay, AP, idea ialah, idea 8%. N is 5. Okay, then you find out what is the value of, and by using the table, 8%, AP 5, 8%, A over P 5, and dia ialah 5, so 2505, 0.2505. So what is the answer? What is the answer? 2733.7 times 0.2505. 684.7. Okay. So if you want to make it as an average, so you have to pay for the flat rate 684 ringgit, 0.79 cent. Okay. But if you want to use only by using the nilai yang the original punya statement ni, original punya information ni, so what you have to do is, okay ni di cara lagi satu, okay, so A, okay ni tadi dapat gambar ni, you have this picture, so A total equal to you have A1 plus yang you want to make yang G ni to be A. Okay, macam ni. First, okay, you have this one. Ini A, ini. Tak adalah. Kita nak yang A. The first one, plus. Okay, yang this one, to make it is as A. This one you want to make it as A. Yang ni. Okay, in which A1, you know lah, A1 is 500. And 1 is 500 lah. Memang 500. Okay, what about AG? The AG is, you know about G. You know G. But you want to convert to A kan? So A over G. Or I. And the G here is 100 ringgit. The increment is 100 ringgit. AG with I is 8%. So 8%. N is 5. So 100. Okay, what is the value here? 8%. By using the table of 8%, so you want to find out what is the factor A over G, which the year is 5. 8%, A over G, 5. A over G, 5. 1.846. And 1.846. Okay, so what is the answer? 184.6. So the total, A total is 500, yani 500 plus 184.6. So you will get 684.6. So tengok ini and this one. So you will get the same answer. Only this one, A, I just use the P yang I get from the first one from A tadi ada P. Now okay, for the yang A ni pula, I just use the original punya question from the original question. So just convert A. Okay, A ni memang A lah, but this one G convert to A. So G convert to A, so A equal to G, because you know about G, you know G, so A over G, right? And so 100 A over G, okay, then plus just 2. Maybe you want to put it as A2 pun tak apa, A2 it's okay. This is about the name je, but the important is this one, A, G. Yang bawah ni semua just name, just the name. Okay. Any questions? No, okay. Okay kan, understood semua ni? Jadi dah. Just follow itu. Okay. Problem. Dah tadi. Now we go to this part, example 2.1. Okay, maintenance cost of a machine. Okay, ini maybe you have to look at the punya slide. Okay, can you see the slide? Can you see the slide? Geometrical increase or exponential series. Okay, this is when you see the punya increment is not in amount. It is not in amount. Dia bukannya dalam bentuk nilai amount. It is in the percentage. So here you can see if bukan A, G. If G, you know the increment is tetap kan, fix RM100 ke increment dia from first year until the ni. So increment is 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Maknanya 100, 200, 300 lah. But in this case, geometrical increase ni or exponential series, the increment is by using the percentage. So let's say the question say the increment from the first year is 10% every year. Kalau tak tadi the increment G tu, increment dia RM100 per year. Ringgit kan amount. But this one is percentage, 10% per year. So we will use this formula, geometrical increase or exponential series. So dia punya bentuk tu, kalau kita tengok, okay, it is like exponential. It is like an exponential shape. Tahu kan exponential kan? Okay, you have this one. So exponential okay, macam tu. And because it is according to percent. Ni kalau E kalau tadi G. This one is about E. Okay. Kalau G tadi just straight line kan. So that is the difference. So no minus sign in the formula. Okay, you have two cases here. Okay, E. E represents yearly incremental rate of cost or income based on percentage instead of fixed amount. Kalau fixed amount, you use what? What formula? If fixed amount,
E.
no. Incremental rate. Incremental. Yes, G. If it is incremental dia fixed tu bukan A. A tu payment every year. But now incremental. Incremental maknanya penambahan setiap tahun. Okay, incremental rate of course is based on the fixed amount. That one is G. But if the incremental rate is in the percentage, so you use E. So this is how they explain about the E. Okay, D is macam A tadi lah. Okay, this is the D value. And then now increment. So the value, the formula is D times 1 plus E. So 1 plus E maybe E. Okay, sini E. Maybe the E value is maybe 10% ke I value maybe katakan 8%. The interest is 8%. But the E value dia punya incremental maybe katakan 12. Tadi kata I ni berapa tadi? 10 Okay, I 10% but the incremental is 12%. So you will use this formula. Sebab I and E is not the same value. Faham E ialah incremental. I ialah interest. Okay. So you will use this formula. P equal to minus D. Okay, this formula lah. And there is no table. In this case, there is no table provided. If you look at the apa ni tadi? Formula. You look at the formula. Nampak tak Tak nampak ni tadi percent ni. FP, PF, AF, FP, FA, PA, AG, PG. No E punya case. No exponential punya case. So that means you have to use formula. So, okay, this is the formula. And if the case, the interest and the incremental is the same value, so you just use this simple form. Nak cakap simple pun not simple lah. But simpler lah compared to this one. Just use this one. P equal to minus D over 1 plus E times N. Okay. Look at the explanation here. Okay, maintenance cost of a machine is 990 ringgit in the first year, and increases at the rate of 10%, but increases dia punya rate, incremental rate dia 10%, bukannya 10,000 ke 10 ringgit ke, bukan, 10% a year until year 6. Calculate the present value P if the rate of return ataupun growth rate here is 15% per year. So I is 15% per year, and B is 10% per year. Okay. So you have to you have to draw the cash flow diagram first, as what you can see here. What is the P value, and then you have the E tadi, the E value tu from 1 until 6. Dia punya start is 1. The start is 1. And then the curve of exponential. So what is the statement they give is D 990 ringgit, E is 10%. E ni from this one 10% a year, and then I is 15% and 10% yang ni. Okay, this is the case study. So they want this question want you to solve by using the yang I tu 15% dengan I yang 10%. So how we want to settle this question? You look at the the slide, so you can see there is no short jalan pendek. So just use the formula. Saya dalam slide saya tak nampak ni. Ini saya tembak ni. So what you have to do, okay, first is dia punya ni, tak perlu ulang sikit. It's the D and it's 990. Can you see my handphone ni? Oh, sorry.
Yes, Doktor, nampak.
Okay. So 990 ringgit is the exponential value. Okay, ni 6 in this one, and it will curve. %. I, okay, let's say yang first I is 50% per year, and the nilai E is 10%. So what you have to do is to use the formula 1 plus power of N 1 plus I. Sorry, salah. Ni salah. Dia minus 1 ni besar. Dan ni sampai sini. Ni 1 plus E power of N 1 plus I. Okay, settle this one first. And then minus 1. Okay, then over minus I. Okay, 1 plus E, 1 plus I, minus 1. Okay, salah. So negative T kat sini, and this formula. So you will get 990. Okay, 1 point, one point, E dia ialah 10, so 110 power of 6 per 1.15 minus 1, and 0 point, E ialah 10, 10, and I is 0.1. Okay, tengok macam mana nak tekan dia. Okay, 1.1, then 6. Okay, you get this one, but by 1.15. Okay, what is the answer? 10 minus 1, get the answer, divide by, okay, 0.1, 0.15. So, 990, 10.80. Betul tak? Dia belum tekan ni. Okay, jawapan dia 990. Sekejap eh.
Doktor nak tanya, kalau yang kuasa N tu untuk atas saja ke untuk semua? Sebab kalau
Salah,
dalam
sekejap eh. Macam salah eh. Macam salah. Semua eh.
nampak macam dalam slide macam semua.
Macam semua. Macam salah pula jawapan dia. Sekejap eh. Semua eh. Yang ni, maknanya bracket ni semua eh. Sekejap, tengok balik. Tak dapat jawapan. Oh lah. Semua. Maknanya 1.10. Salah ni. 1.10 divide by 1.15, dah dapat jawapan. Then baru power of 6. Then, and then baru minus 1. And then you get this jawapan. Then divide by 0.1 minus 0.15. Bismillah. Betul tak? 4.68. Betul tak ya? Okay, tengok je. Oh. 990. Bismillah. Dia 1 power of N plus
Sama doktor, 4.68.
Okay. So the answer is 4635.29. Yang ni kita tak boleh nak tengok kan. We cannot see the answer correct or not because we cannot use the table. Kan? So you just pasrah lah. The answer is this. Okay, this is for nilai if the I is not equal with the E. Okay. Sebab dia punya interest, dia punya growth rate dia 15% and the incremental is 10%. So you use this one. Okay, then if kalau pakai B ni, tak tunjuk tak. Saya I try rakam dekat ni, tapi itulah ni pakai anak saya aja, tapi dia dah tak ada pula dekat asrama. Takut salah cara ni. Okay, saya masukkan je supaya nampak nanti dalam report tu. Okay, maintenance cost sekian ni tadi. Okay, this one A. This is for A. Okay, then okay, so the answer. So the correct one is this one. Bukan yang ni. Sana. So all must be bracket then power of n. Okay, so the answer is here. Okay, now B. When your interest is 10%, the E is 10%, but the I is okay, I sama juga lah 10%. So you will use the formula P equal to negative E over 1 plus E. Ingat kalau salah cakap 10 times n. So negative yang ni 990 per 1 point here 1.10 and dia ialah 6. So what is the answer? Tak ada power-power. Tak ada. So 990 0.1 dapat ni times 6. 5,000. Okay. 4,420. So you can see dia punya beza if the interest ataupun if the growth rate tu different with the incremental, so the answer is this one. And if the incremental and the interest is same, so you will get this value. Now you convert P tau. You also can you convert to F ke A ke? Can you convert to F? Can you convert to A? Can you convert to G? Boleh kan? You can convert if the question asks you to get the calculate the F value katakan calculate what is the value at the end of the year 6 ni. So that means F lah. So this one is F equal to no, kalau yang ni tak boleh pakai. Yang ni sebab only P je. Tapi kalau yang the question other than this one, yes, and you can use the other maybe F ke apa. But I prefer you to always make it P, because sometimes when you try to convert to F ke A ke, there is problem because you have to make sure the number tu, bukan number, dia punya symbol tu must be yang ni 1 and then you can use the formula. Otherwise you will get the wrong answer. Ni 1 kan, kalau yang triangle must be this one kan, baru you can get the answer. Okay. Okay, look at this question. Okay, sampai lagi ya. Ambil yang ni lah. Macam mana nak buat yang ni? Ini bukan eksponen ni. Ini macam soalan, this is like a question of number yang okay, try. Sama lah kot, ini sama dengan soalan tadi lah, kejap. Macam sama pula. Sebab sama. Okay, then 6. So, sama juga. Tak apa, yang ni pun nantilah. Sekejap, I give you the other question ya. Lupa pula nak print yang capitalize tu Sekejap. Masuk pula capitalize. Tak apa. We go back to our ni. Our okay. Okay. Okay, now we go to the capitalized cost. Capitalized cost. Okay, what is the capitalized cost? Capitalized cost is a project which has a very long service life, such as highway, bridge, airport. This is the some examples. When the project involve the something that you cannot expect dia punya time tu. Dia tak terhingga. Dia tak beritahu macam maintenance kan. When you talk about the maintenance, you have to do the maintenance until bridge tu not collapse kan. Selagi as long as dia punya apa ni katakan bridge tu not collapse, you have to do the maintenance. So you have to know what is the maintenance cost. Macam itulah. Case like this, n is assumed infinity. Okay. Usually it has yearly maintenance cost or recurring cost. Maybe ada yang macam lump sum every 5 years you have to pay something lah. Or you also will involve with the non-recurring cost. That project must maybe involved with the non-recurring cost. Okay. So the formula, okay, P, this is if you convert to P, P is equal to, let's say A is given. So the formula is PA I N lah. So PA tu, this is the formula lah kan, PA. Kalau tengok kat sini PA. PA ni. If you look at the the value tu, PA is A. Okay, inside the bracket you have to put 1 plus I power of n minus 1 divided by I in the bracket 1 plus I power of n. So here you use this formula. Okay, and if you want to find out what is the A value and the P is given, so you have to use this formula. Where do you want to get this formula? From the formula sheet. So A, P. So where is A, P? A ni A ni P. A, P this one A equal to P. Masukkan this value. Okay, then dia kata kalau N equal to infinity, when you put the N here, so N ni like infinity. So what you get is P, ni yang ni okay, what you get is this one okay, yang ni. ataupun yang atas ni. Okay, I like to yang ni lah, ingatkan yang ni. A equal to PI, API. A equal to PI. Because when you convert this one, it only tinggal I aja. Only I je yang tertinggal. A equal to PI. This is for the capitalized cost. The N is infinity. Okay. Or if you want to find what is P and the A is given, so the formula is this one. P equal to A per I. This one juga lah. So A I. So P sama dengan equal to A per I. Okay. Okay, look at the example. Let's say the maintenance cost, ataupun ini bukan maintenance ni. You gain something lah, ataupun bukan gain, you get maybe payment from, katakan, tak tahu lah, payment from toll ke apa kan. So let's say the amount is 6,000 ringgit per year. Sampai bila-bila pun you will get the 6,000 per year without any end here. Before this, what the case study shows is more to the end value. There is end value until maybe 10 years ke, but now there is no end value, infinity, because the project is consistent, apa ni, sampai bila-bila lah, forever. Kalau forever maknanya long punya duration, long punya duration. Okay, so you want to get P value. So P equal to, okay, this is the formula, sebab A equal to PI kan, API tadi. So if P equal to A over I. So what is the A? A is 6,000 and per dengan 0.06. Very simple. So you will get P is 100,000 ringgit. The P value is 100,000 ringgit. Simple kan? Okay, issues in capitalized cost. You will have the non-recurring cost and also the recurring cost. Okay, non-recurring cost, for example, overhaul cost, investment cost, where it occurs 10 years from now. It happens only once. Ni example, overhaul cost maybe occurs 10 years from now. It happens only once. Okay, and then because it doesn't mention about the yang N yang hujung tu. This one only macam F aja, occurs 10 years. It is like macam F aja. From now, it happens only once. It is considered as single payment, F. Dia punya symbol is F. So you have to use P over F factor to find the capitalized cost at year 0. Okay. Sini. Let's say you want to find out what is P here. And this statement mention about, okay, at 10 year, at year 10, you have to, you have the investment cost ni, with the, katakan, the nilai, the value is, katakan 10,000, 10,000, macam ni lah. So this one is F kan? This one is F. Okay, what you want to find out is P. So that's why kita use P over F. Equal to F, E, F, I, enter. Okay. Okay. For the recurring costs, for example, the case study is major rework cost of 50,000 ringgit every 15 years. So you macam, it is like A value. Major rework cost of 50,000 every 15 years. But the A tu is only every 15 years, not every year. So meaning this cost recurs every 15 years until infinity. Okay. So meaning that you have the apa ni, dia punya cost tu material cost tu, you have 50,000. This one is 15, year 15. Okay, then year yang 30 ni, oh dah tak tulis pula kat sini. 30. Once again, you have to pay 50,000. Okay. Then 45. Every 15 year. So, lagi. Macam tu lah. Kalau nak lukis, if you want to draw. Dia kata. But for this case, consider this recurring cost in one cycle only for the whole project life. Treat this as a single payment. So that means yang ni tak perlu pun. You just treat it as a single payment. Like F, not A. You have to consider it is only F. Just single. But use A over F. That means you have to make it as A equal to F. Tak boleh dah. A over F I N. Yang ni A equal to F by considering that this yang kata A tadi bukan A, kita jadikan dia we make it as F and then we convert to A. That is the strategy to get the answer become A. Okay, so use A over F factor and use A over F factor to find annual operating cost. Okay, ni dah ada tricky lah ni. Okay, look at this example. A suspension bridge has a first cost of 30 million ringgit with annual inspection and yearly maintenance cost of 10,000 ringgit. The cost of purchasing of land right of way is expected to be 500,000 ringgit. In addition, the concrete deck would have to be resurfaced every 10 years. Maknanya macam maintenance lah. Resurface every 10 years at the cost of 100,000 ringgit. Determine the total budgetary cost for the whole project. Now, if the interest rate is 6% per year. Okay, try to draw the CFD first. Cash flow diagram. Sorry, I tak print lah. Sorry. To get the cash flow diagram. How are you going to draw? The suspension bridge has a first cost of 30 million with annual inspection and yearly maintenance cost is 10,000 ringgit. First cost. So you have the time scale. The suspension bridge has a first cost. It means here have the first cost is 500 30 million. Okay. 30 million ringgit and with annual inspection and yearly maintenance cost of 10,000. So yearly maintenance cost is 10,000. 10,000 and it's so A is 10. So okay, the cost of purchasing of land is expected to be 500 ringgit. The cost of purchasing of land right of ways, maknanya the punya value is now lah. Sebab the cost of purchasing of land, maknanya cerita dia ialah sinilah. Dia ada satu lagi 500,000 ringgit nak kena tampung. Need to consider 500,000 ringgit. In addition, the concrete deck would have to be resurfaced every 10 years at the cost. Okay, ni pula ada satu lagi 10 years. You need to pay. You need to have the resurface punya activity ni with the cost 100,000 every 10 years. Every 10 years ini kan. So contoh 100,000. Okay. Determine the total budgetary cost for the whole project now if the interest rate is 6%. So this is how you draw the cash flow. And these two is non-recurring, bukannya benda berulang. This two is non-recurring. Nampak boleh nampak tak? Okay, this one is non-recurring. Okay. And then yang ini we have recurring. Okay, so macam mana nak settle, how to settle this? So okay, this one you have SOP equal to 30 million plus 500,000. Ini settle lah, dapatlah nilai dia E. But now about A, nak buat ni recurring cost. In order to get the recurring cost, how do you want to settle this problem? You know about A is equal to I. Apa nak buat? Okay, for the annual recurring operating cost yang kita panggil lah, we call as A1 ni, this A1 is 10,000 kan. Okay, so this one the cost is 10,000 ringgit, and then we also have the annual equivalent annual equivalent of surface cost. Surface every 10 years you have the annual, but it is not annual like annual equivalent of resurface cost. Actually, this one you have to consider only one cycle. You consider only one cycle. So that means here this one is A equal to, here you have F, sebab ni macam you want to convert it to A, you want to convert it to A, but you have the F value. So A equal to F, sebab apa? Yang ni F tau. So dia kata annual equivalent of resurface cost, you have to consider only one cycle. So that means it is F. You just take it is one cycle, so F lah. F, so A over F I N kan. So F is 100,000 ringgit. Okay, then A over F I is 6%, N is 10. So what is the answer? Kena cari lah. 100,000 ringgit. So A over F, alamak 6%, saya tak ada tak. 6%. Cek banyak. Oh, tak jawapan lah. Ni pun tak ada jawapan. Do you have the formula punya, the table tu? I have given you in the e-learning. Do you have the table?
Ya, Doktor.
Okay, try to look at the punya ni value. A over F.
0.0759.
0.0759. Correct?
Ya.
So get the answer here for the A here. So then you know that P to get to convert all to the P ni. So P ini yang infinity punya case P equal to A per I. So here A, you have the A yang first tadi, yang ni 10,000 ringgit plus, okay, ni dapat berapa? So per I is what? I is apa tadi ni tak I 6% itu 6%. So 0.06. So you will get what? Cari. So P dia P dia dah berapa tadi? Kira lah berapa ni. So you will get the P value here. Okay. Then after you get this P, okay, this is the P yang first tadi. P yang 30 million tu. Okay, you have this P and now you get the other P. So what is the P total? Let's say this one is P1 Yang ni pun katakan yang ni P1 ni P2. So yang ni P total. P total untuk tak mahu mainkan simbol pula P1 and 2 lah. So P total is P1 and 2 plus P yang ni. Yang ni kita panggil P apa katakan P3 lah. P3. So you will get yang ni 30 million ni campur dengan 500,000 ni letak sini and plus yang ni dapat ini. Boleh faham tak? So this is the
Doktor tak nampak.
Oh, sorry. Okay, ni P total equal to, okay, you have the P, the first one here, 30 million plus 500,000. So you get this one, P yang 1 plus 2 ni, yang ni 2 ni. And then you convert this one kan. You convert the A and the recurring yang ni kepada P pula. So you use yang ni, P equal to A per I. But before you get the A ni, before you get the P, you have to finish the A dulu. The A first. So the A ni, first the A yang 10,000 ringgit. And then the A yang for the recurring ni, you have to consider this one is F. Then convert to A. A equal to F. So you get the answer here. So A dengan A ni, so you have to kena cari yang ni dululah. Yang ni. Yang ni. Then you get the P3 ni. Then only you can plus this. Yang the first one ni dengan yang ni. Yang A ni, convert A ni. Boleh faham? Panjang kan dia ni Ini untuk capitalized cost tau. This one is for the capitalized. What is the capitalized? Infinity case. Capitalized cost. If involved, the end is infinity. Okay. Tak apa, take your time to understand. Understand tak? Dia punya step understand, only to digest kan? You just only to digest, right? But you can understand the step, right? Banyak je. Can you understand?
Ya.
Boleh kan? So, boleh dah. Nak bagi dia nampak semua tak boleh. Okay, so so you can see all dia punya jawapan ni semua ni. Okay. So ini it is important juga for this topic because in our real life also we have this this situation macam bridge ke apa kan, we don't have the dia punya tarikh mati dia, we don't have the due date the deadline, the due date we don't have the due date until dia selagi dia baik tu we just use kan. So maintenance cost we have to tanggung kan, we have to cover the maintenance cost, maybe ada something that you have to pay every 10 years ke 15 years until the end lah, dia punya life tu. There is no life, the end life until lah katakan habis kiamat apa kan, barulah dia selesai, dia tak ada dah. Ataupun mungkin ada berlaku apa katakan dipecahkan jalan kan, to build something ke, so barulah sini habis kan. So otherwise you just put it as n equal to infinity. Okay, so I think that's all. And the time pun, okay, the time's up. So I will give you the attendance.